Всем привет, дорогие друзья! Сегодня с вами Ксюша, и сегодня мы с вами продолжим проходить Noire. Очередное дело. Я думаю, что мы скоро поймаем этого негодяя, который все устраивает и портит нам жизнь. Вуаля! Вот, в городе ангелов. Но пока смотрим, в чем там замес. Что-то нам секретарша порой. А что с ней? Какая-то странная. Блин, и этот идет с монтировкой. А что с ней? Она не то пьяна, не то дурманина. Ребят, в любом случае мы знаем одно очень важное. Вообще из того, что можно здесь выделить. Он в шляпе. Это отличительная деталь. И эти два брата-акробата сидят.
It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out.
Да. Мы же так драгоценности и не обнаружили.
The case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside the railroad lines. A 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Так, сначала куда мы идем? В ломбард? Давайте в ломбард сходим. Первым делом. Вообще посмотрим, то ли это кольцо. Кольца, точнее, там их уже несколько. А наше это не наше. Блин, не туда.
Can you drive to this one? You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
If you take it along with all of the other indicators.
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Вот именно, их всех подставляют. Но откуда тогда преступник узнает, на кого выходит полиция? И он же им подкидывает просто вот эти, получается, доказательства. Но с другой стороны, вы обратили внимание, что он собирает трофеи. То есть вот туфельку мы не нашли. Да, у другой девушки кольцо там пропало, эти часики пропали, то есть он как будто собирает эти трофеи. А где ты?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge?
Что ты получишь за меня?
Now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50.
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Еще десятку отдали. Что там гравировка?
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
А второе?
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street.
Лондон, Париж.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think.
В шляпе
Sorry.
был.
He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Так, окей. Ну все, едем расследовать новое дело. Я уже, кажется, даже знаю, что мы там увидим.
You know the way. You can drive. We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Purpose having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings near our hat.
А что, я веду?
We're all on the
Ну,
same
реально
team.
я веду.
Chain of command, Phelps. Skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. Just don't like it.
Ну, смотрите, она
Yeah.
тоже в
I look
одежде.
after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The
Он
Negro,
поменял
Nelson
почерк?
Gaines,
Почему?
called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
I got this gadget whiz guy putting pointing device.
Так, ну что? Я так понимаю, что интуиции у нас нету? Да, нет ни одного балла. Можно рассчитывать только на себя.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
И при этом, смотрите, нет следов от веревки. Кольцо тоже не сорвали. А, на другом пальце
Another
было.
missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
На другом
Can you
пальце
be
было.
more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
А, давайте с ним сразу поговорим.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. Blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Hey, nice day, gentlemen.
Так, читаем. Ну, адрес понятно. Дорогая Эвелин, я надеюсь, что это письмо найдет тебя тут, ну, в лучшем состоянии, да. Чем то, которое в каком-то была, когда мы расстались. Мы говорили друг много лишнего. Ты тогда слишком много выпила, а мы обе знаем, какой ты бываешь. Но я пишу тебе не для того, чтобы нападать и обвинять. Я хочу извиниться. Мое сердце чуть не разорвалось, когда я увидела, что стала с моей маленькой девочкой, что она делает с собой. Эвелин, алкоголь разрушает твое тело и душу, и видеть это мне тяжело. Ты, думаю, ты понимаешь?
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Иди домой. Но лишь всемогущий Господь вправе судить нас, поэтому я прошу тебя прощения. Посоветовалась по поводу тебя в одном санатории. Они говорят, что твое состояние это болезнь, ее можно вылечить. Тебе просто надо поправить здоровье, это не... Ну, знаете, ребят, болезнь не болезнь, но пока человек сам, мне кажется, не захочет, что хочешь делай. Но у него все равно будет, ну, желание, и он не будет бороться с этим желанием выпить. Кинокомпания? Она юрист. Походу.
Could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Потом бар. На какой-то бар посещала. Это очевидно.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Да, в общем, маленький чемодан. Это то, что она сдала?
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's not even worth investigating.
Так, ну что? Я так понимаю, что нам надо еще обойти. В любом случае мы что-то... Я думаю, еще можем найти. Что там рассматриваешь? С кем поговорить?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Так, надо будет поговорить с этими двумя. Сейчас, дайте я обойду еще раз. Может, я где-то что-то пропустила. А у меня даже нет... Ну, улик проверить, есть тут что-нибудь или нет. Ладно, идемте общаться тогда.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
То есть основной допрос будет с ним.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
Может, не надо?
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
Помада!
Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. Took a look.
Так, подождите. Давайте сомнения.
You found her lipstick. What did you write on her body?
What are you talking about? I didn't write anything.
В смысле, он ничего не писал? Что за вопрос странный?
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Hey, nice day, gentlemen.
Начало, конечно, ой, не очень. В том плане, что первый допрос уже один вариант неправильно. Хотя бы один правильно. Но я не думала, что он начнет обвинять ее, что типа, что ты там написал на ней. Типа, он же ничего не писал.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks for your help.
Угу. Так. Места. Бар или винный магазин? Давайте съездим сначала в бар, потом в винный магазин. По порядку, как обычно мы это делаем. Так, где наша машина?
You're behind the wheel.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway.
Я знаю одного,
We need to
который
ask you
хочет
some
что-то
questions concerning Evelyn
слева.
Summers.
I'm Walter
Справа.
Match. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
I want to emphasize at the outset of these hearings.
Так, поспрашивайте их. То нет какого-то конкретного?
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Что он орёт на него?
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Undoubtedly, there are such persons in Hollywood, as you will find elsewhere in America. But we neither shield nor defend them. We want them exposed. We're not responsible for the political or economic...
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Так, во-первых, он не говорит правду. Мне кажется, это сразу очевидно. Но мы не можем никак это доказать, да? У нас же нет никаких доказательств. Время... Ну, ничего у нас нету, поэтому давайте сомнения.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Но мы тоже не... Тоже на него давить? Ладно, давайте надавим.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Так. А может, мы еще с кем-то можем там поговорить или нет? Давайте еще вот там кто-то сидит. Пообщаемся с ним.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Ну, короче, важен был только этот. Дайте-ка я пробегусь. Может, где-то газета будет. Да не, нет ничего. Ладно, едем тогда в винный магазин. Нет, вы посмотрите, что-то еще можно тут узнать. А что? Дайте посмотрю интуицию. Но нажимать не буду. А что еще? С кем-то не поговорили? Телефон нет. Почему оно не зачеркнуто? А, можно на задний двор выйти. Еще, может, кого-нибудь встретим сейчас. Сохранение прошло. Странно. Ничего нету. И музыки нету, значит, тут улик не будет. И мне, кстати, там не показываются улики, да? Но почему-то этот бар не зачеркивается. Ну, но бар не зачеркивается. Может быть, мы сюда еще потом вернемся? С ним мы не можем больше говорить. С этим тоже. Ладно, окей, поехали дальше. Интересно только, почему он не зачеркивается. Вот видите, я даже интуицию выбираю, показать улики, а улик нету. Мы вроде бы со всеми там пообщались. Ладно, может, потом вернемся. Поехали тогда. Ай, блин, я ногу отсидела. Ногу свело.
Can you drive to this one? What did you make of McCaffrey?
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
I meant as a suspect, Rusty.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Girl dressed in that nurse's aide uniform.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
Начинается звук.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
Сейчас что-то здесь найдем.
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Что это не...
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
Это явно... Подождите, поможет нам чем-то?
Rawlings bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Я думала, ничем нам не поможет особо.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Ну, опять мы застряли в текстурах. А вот в этом посмотреть в мусорном ведре нельзя. Но здесь ни на что не реагирует. Ну, все улики нашли, да. Блин, только коробочки пожухали. Так.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Дайте-ка я посмотрю блокнот. Так. Да, да, вроде ничего, да. Да не похоже, что он врет.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
Так, а почему? Давайте сомнения.
When Evelyn bought the booze, did she say who she was meeting or where she was going?
Цветочки несут. Ну, что случилось?
Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Go to.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
Окей, go.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Опять какое-то письмо пришло.
Mouthpiece store strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Isn't that the cop that caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers.
По двух последних
Cartel
не
Classic
было.
Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
He ran the light on Olympic, and we finally collared him on Temple.
Ну что? Тогда... Подождите, бар пропал? Бар пропал. Интересно, а что он пропал?
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Heavens to Betsy!
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
Так, где-то здесь телефон. Нам нужен как раз телефон. А, вот, сделаю сейчас звонок. И поедем в боулинг.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks.
Так, но мы сначала идем в боулинг.
You drive, Mark. I need to go over the case notes.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What you got to do with it?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the
А
gutters.
что она здесь работает? Чтобы на пенсии не
Go
скучно
right
было?
in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
В смысле надо его брать? За что брать? Мы еще с ним даже не поговорили. Где кто что прочищает? А, вот, наверное, да, вот этот. А, нет, этот играет.
Down the left side of the alley.
Где-то слева от дорожек. Ну, идем. Что-то с... Да, да, блин. Ну вот, я смотрю на дорожки. Слева это вот это. Я что никого не вижу.
Tiernan! LAPD!
А чё он убегает? Почему они все убегают?
There!
What are you waiting for? Get after
Faster
it!
if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract fast-living individuals with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Come on, Phelps, you're losing that little weasel. Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Going through the square.
I hope the people see him in time to get out of the way. What if they run because someone's setting them up? Because they feel like the deck is stacked against them.
I don't make up ridiculous stories for them, detective. Leave that to the perp's imagination.
Бля, ребята,
Spit him out.
нас так штрафанут в конце.
Going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
All right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tire.
Так можно стрелять быстрее.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road. Don't catch that train, Phelps. Phelps, you gotta get me closer. That is the end of that. About fucking time.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Идиот, из-за тебя меня так штрафанут в конце. Так, едем в квартиру, пособираем там еще улики. Перед тем, как общаться с ним.
Can you drive to this one?
Квартира номер 6. А этаж какой? Дайте-ка я посмотрю. Блин, ничего не видно. Чё так темно? А, вот, рум 5-6, туда.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Классно, они просто, ну, в дома врываются.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
А рубашку?
You, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon.
Так, окей. Но я хочу... Можно я рубашку посмотрю? Или
A
тут...
citation, at least.
Никак не отреагировал, что это улика. Окончание письма. Ты поедешь домой. Я вернула твои вещи в твою старую комнату. Там на двери есть замок, и ты сможешь приходить и уходить, когда пожелаешь. Я буду заботиться о тебе, и ты вернешься к нормальной жизни. Я знаю, что твой адрес поменялся, поэтому не уверена, что мое письмо дойдет до тебя. Но я молю Бога, чтобы ты его получила и прислушалась к моим словам. Я каждый вечер молюсь за тебя и прошу Господа, чтобы однажды ты постучала в мою дверь, и все плохое между нами закрылось. С любовью и пониманием, твоя мать Августа Саммерс.
From the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Ну да.
Don't think this is any use to
Думала,
us.
скажешь, что книги с какой-нибудь там серии. Похоже. Так, подождите, а голубятня-то где? Наверху. Пройдите по коридору и поднимитесь по лестнице. Окей. Может, она еще что нам скажет? Не, ничего не хочет нам сказать.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Левел, а где голубятня-то? Подождите, это не писатель тот?
Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
Son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Да японский товарищ. стоит там на месте.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Ну реально стоял там на месте.
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
Ну, надо одного и второго теперь допрашивать.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
Я хочу поговорить с двумя подозреваемыми.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them.
Так, я вообще ставлю на второго, но давайте сначала поговорим с тем, кто в первой комнате. Это который из боулинга убегал.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
She was old enough to be your mother, Tiernan. Banging her?
That's none of your business.
You a mama's boy, Tiernan?
Ребят, я вам, знаете, так скажу. Я прохожу этот момент уже 3-й раз. Ну, вот этот допрос. Потому что я полностью провалила допросы 2 людей. Я вообще просто в офиге сижу. Насколько это тяжело оказалось. Я думаю, нет, потому что я просто никому даже не смогла предъявить обвинение по факту. И я вот этого черта, этот вопрос спрашиваю уже 3-й раз. 1-й раз я выбрала сомнение, 2-й раз я выбрала ложь, и 3-й раз я выбираю истину, и все неправильно, что за херня? Я вообще в шоке.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but, you know, I'm not so sure.
Я, походу, просто какую-то улику не нашла, потому что я ему тогда вот...
No, don't go! We both want the truth here.
Иди в жопу. Блин, я что не могу посмотреть? Дайте я посмотрю улики. И потому что вот что? Разорванное письмо, да, его это не касается, потому что, ну, мы у другого нашли. Губная помада. У другого нашли. Книгу у другого нашли. Я ему, знаете, что тогда предъявила? Покупку алкоголя на ложь. И все. Ну, как бы больше тут ничего с ним не связано. Походу, мы просто не нашли какую-то улику, чтобы ему за это предъявить.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Ну врет же, врет. И тоже, ну вот что ему можно предъявить тут за ложь? Ну вот что?
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
she left, but she came back.
О,
She bought you
ничего
a quart of
себе!
whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, McCaffrey was a hero, McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
Чтобы понимали, ребят, первые 2 раза я тут тоже провалилась. Но я решила хоть что-то выяснить, потому что это будет абсолютно провальное дело.
He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Так, теперь идем допрашивать второго черта. Кстати, сразу скажу, второй черт это у нас писатель. Так, где-то она тут и находится. Вторая комната.
One of these days.
О, все, нашла.
I was door knocking all morning, but I got a make on the car in the end.
You ready to answer some questions? You think I have all the answers? People who run from the police usually.
Блин, он меня уже бесит.
Touché, detective.
Туше.
Let's see where this takes us. You told us you barely knew
Все,
Evelyn.
он виноват.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her. Я ему все время буду предъявлять ложь. Пошел в жопу просто. Я извиняюсь, ребята, я уже очень злая. Потому что я тогда доказывала ему все время сомнения, и он меня просто разводил. Все, будете теперь на лжи сидеть, я не знаю что. Мало общего, у них книги читали одни. Понял, все. I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
Ну иди поплачь.
Angry? I was livid, looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Aha. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Все, осадим его, короче.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you? I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Так, чем можем доказать, что было на месте преступления и у него?
Разорванное письмо, черт ты
How about
такой.
half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
А он что-то, подождите, он что-то говорил про эту монтировку? Я ничего не знаю, я ему предъявлю то, что он... Ой, подождите-ка. Назад. Я ему предъявлю за
I don't
ложь.
believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Ага. Все, я так и знала, что это будет обвинение вот этого второго. Ты попался. Все. Я тебя уделала, понял? Да, со второго, с третьего раза, но я это сделала.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you.
Себе объясни.
Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help.
Ага,
I listened to
конечно.
him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
Так кому предъявить обвинение? Слушайте, ну очень странно на самом деле, типа, я взял вот эти улики и обещал уничтожить, но не уничтожил. А нафига ты улики у него эти взял? Зачем ты вообще ему помогаешь? Это странно, голубей только жалко, все.
Governor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
Единственное, кого жалко, это голубей. А этого черта мне не жалко. Ой, я все улики нашла. Ой, ой, почти 1000 баксов к городу должна. Ну, все улики нашла, ведь 3, ну да. И стремно написать сенсационные мемуары. Голубей жалко, блин. Так что, воспоминания еще посмотрим.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Стоямбочка. Пойду я, короче, выпью чаечек с ромашкой, потому что он меня, этот писатель, просто завел до нельзя. Вот. А вы же знаете, что вас-то я вас очень сильно всех люблю. Всем пока. И до новых незабываемых детективных встреч, в том числе и в Лос-Анджелесе. И очень жду ваших комментариев. Как вы думаете, кто на самом деле был виноват в этом деле? То есть мы правильно предъявили обвинение или нет? Вот. Короче, лавки всех. Пока.